Namaste and welcome to SonaliJoshi's Astrology channel. In this video, I am going to share some answers and important tips to questions related to Rahu in Pisces. Rahu is currently in the Pisces sign in the Revati Nakshatra Charan 2 and it is going to be here till 18th of May 2025 in the sign of Pisces. It is going to go through Revati Charan 1, then Uttarabhadra Charan 1 through 4 and the last Charan of Purvabhadra Nakshatra, and then it will transit to the own sign of Aquarius in mid-May 2025. So what can you expect from Rahu or in your life irrespective of your ascendant sign or Rashi? How Rahu is going to deliver its effects, its impact through various nakshatras in Pisces sign for rest of the year. And this is what is very important for all of us to know, because it will decide what type of actions you take, what type of choices you make, and how you deal with how people are reacting to your input. Revati is nakshatra of Mercury and hence Revati usually represents communications, certain systems that help you communicate, systems that create something that is popular in terms of communications, speeches, talks, or connections. And hence in the Revati Charan 4 or last pada of Revati Nakshatra, we noticed AI or alternative energy sources being marketed, being valued, being analyzed and promoted a lot, because ultimately it is about the philosophy and promotion. Create something that is not present, which is imaginative, and make people go after it. That is what Rahu did in the last Charan. In the third Charan of Revati Nakshatra, Rahu dealt with systematic approach. Whatever was popular, create more like that. Movies came out with its sequels. Same way, web series. Any project that was successful, people tried to create multiples of that, and Revati Charan 3 helped with it. Now, in the Charan 2 of Revati Nakshatra, Rahu is trying to create disturbances in the hierarchical governing systems. So you will notice many companies are already laying off, reorganizing, merging, buying others, and the middle management or upper management is bringing in, or the people who are in charge of those places are replaced by people who are not from the original company. Somebody else coming from some other background is governing that. And this is what we are going to continue while Rahu is in the Revati Charan 2. You will notice people take such decisions where they do partnerships with such people who are working in the interdisciplinary mode. For example, if you're an artist, you will feel like, okay, let me work with somebody who is an astrologer. Let me help with my art, my talent, and see how I can do in the field of astrology. Because for both of these people, it is like a original system that both of them know, and they are trying to break into each other. You will see a lot of collaborations happening where there is one person who doesn't belong to that particular place but will take away the bigger share. And that is what Rahu does. Rahu is about getting things faster, getting things more than sometimes you deserve. And it is about taking some shortcuts, loopholes, or out of the way processes, out of the norm processes to achieve that. And this is very normal for Rahu. That is why you will see people coming up with some schemes, people coming up with some proposals which you feel, I cannot even imagine this. How is this possible? You may feel this is very fascinating, but it will always lack reality, or it will mask the reality. And this is what Rahu is really good at. There are some people who really know everything, but they don't show. There are some people who know it and they try to show it in proportion. There are some people who just have half-baked knowledge, maybe 20%, 30% things, but they project themselves in a way that they know everything. And hence, if you are thinking about, is Rahu good for me? Always ask this question. Have you been deceived by any of your relative? Have you been deceived by your friend? Have you been deceived in any system when you took all the care, when you took all the precaution? If that is the case, Rahu is not good for you. On the other hand, if you always get to go ahead of someone with less efforts and using the kind of techniques I mentioned before, shortcuts, loopholes, then Rahu is good for you. However, depending on other placement in the horoscope, there is a chance that you will be caught. Apart from that, right now, all of you, depending on the position of Rahu in your horoscope, irrespective of your moon sign, are trying to find loopholes, shortcut, alternative method to rise in the hierarchy. In your organization, in your business, whatever you do, you are trying to go up the ladder and you are trying to take multiple avenues for that. And this is what we will see after the eclipse. The people who are really talented will stay in the position that they have acquired, or those who don't belong there and do not have enough talent have to move out of the system. And when Rahu goes into Revati, Charan 1, you will notice people will come up with so many philosophies. The philosophies that are kind of old, sometimes very orthodox, but very adamant, very stubborn. Even in your relationships, you will notice when people talk, they express their views with so much confidence. Just not the confidence, but they are not ready to budge. They are not even ready to listen to opposite view or any other possibility. In a way, they are very adamant and they have fixed views. Usually Mercury nakshatra allows you to change things. Pisces is also a changing sign. But when Rahu comes here to achieve what Rahu wants, Rahu is fixed on the goals. And you will notice this adamance, this basically I will not give up kind of tendency is related to the goals. They can be personal goals. This can be related to your organizational goals. But you will notice a lot of stubbornness in terms of achieving goals. Okay, I'm ready to do anything, but I want this. And people will have lists. Usually they will tell you 3 things that they want. And this is how Rahu will function in the first pada. When Rahu goes into Uttarabhadra nakshatra, last pada, you will notice people start hiding information. Same people who were eager to share things with you, whatever they knew, they started hiding things. Secrecy will increase. Disguise will increase, because this is how Uttarabhadra nakshatra performs in daily life. Even in the intimate relationship, you will notice your spouse may not share everything with you. Some expenses, maybe something that is related to information that they know, could be from their own family or your family or from the common friends. They will choose not to disclose that. They will choose to keep quiet, or sometimes they will lie, because Rahu is like a mask. You can hide things, you can mask things, or you can completely change things. People will go through many secretive healings, secretive operations, secretive treatments, and secretive communications. They will talk to somebody, send message, and they will delete it. They will make sure that trace of that call will not be there. Once you know this pattern, you will know what to expect and how to react to it. Is it bad? It is not, but it is very natural to Rahu. That's what you have to remember. Uttarabhadra is a nakshatra where you will feel that responsibility about, okay, I have to keep this secret, otherwise something is going to break, something is going to end. And that is why people will be more secretive. They'll be even more secretive because they want to achieve their goals. When Rahu goes into Uttarabhadra, next pada, you will notice that people are looking after making the good deal, the best deal. They are ready to be little flexible, but they want to make sure they are achieving their goal by making a deal with you. So they will come up with good propositions. On the face value, you will feel you are getting the fair share, but it will be never like that. When Rahu is present in the Uttarabhadra, always remember the share that you are given cannot be fair. However, whenever you are signing a deal, you are approaching somebody for some contract, make sure take things in writing. Do not trust anybody on verbal promises. And if you are making any verbal promise, make sure you fulfill it. In this Uttarabhadra Pada 3, Rahu is about deal making, personal relationship, friendship, any contract, anywhere you will see opportunity, you will make sure that, okay, I want to seal this deal, I want to make it confirm, firm, and then I move forward. When Rahu will move through Uttarabhadra Pada 2, you will notice people will come up with strategy, and the strategy will be based on analysis. You will see rise of new analysts in every field, whether it is religion, whether it is import-export related things, whether it is foreign policy, or it is about any kind of coaching, tutoring, advising, consulting done in private spaces. It could be the gym, it could be meditations or yoga studios, it could be taekwondo studios. Anywhere you will see a strategic rise of analytical information and people who are great at it. Whether it is related to weather information, it is related to pricing, sales, deal making, communications, devices, marketing, or philosophies. You will notice people will rise from the bottom. They'll come out of nowhere and seek privileges because they will create an image about he is such a great analyst. And it is their strategic move, they are working on it, and you will see the rise. Does it mean all of them are fake? Absolutely not. But you will see that projection where they know certain percentage, but the way they will project will be way more. Typically remember in terms of religion and religious philosophies, you will see people coming up with their own views, and they will explain it so well analytically that a person who is looking for analytical connection will always feel, oh, this is good. The guy or this person is speaking really logically. And this has happened before and this will happen again. When Rahu will move into Uttarabhadra, first pada or first charan, you will notice lot of demonstrations, lot of show off going on in the political side. Typically rulers all over the world, rulers in every country, every state, even on a small district place, they would start demonstrating their views, and it will have some firmness, it will have some flexibility, but remember the flexibility is going to be very secretive. In public, in front of masses, they will show one side, and in their private meetings you will see the other side, because always remember this is Rahu in Uttarabhadra where secrecy is very important. There are so many world leaders who have this placement. People in every field will have this placement, and you will notice they were always secretive. on one side, however, they were very expressive about their political views, or they will always take part in some kind of demonstration, or they will always back up some kind of demonstration. When Rahu goes into Purvabhadra Nakshatra, first pada, Purvabhadra is a nakshatra of Jupiter, Uttarabhadra is nakshatra of Saturn, and Revati was basically ruled by Mercury for the most of the padas. But Revati always made sure that Mercury can change. Uttarabhadra is about Saturn, so you will notice that fixation of goal, fixation of one thing. When it comes to Purvabhadra, it is the Jupiter's nakshatra, hence there is a protective side coming. There is imaginative side, more philosophical side, but the core is about protection and care, because Jupiter gets exalted in 4th house or Karka Rashi, and Karka Rashi is about our mental peace, it is about our security. So Rahu will try to show off as a protective figure. And what is Rahu trying to protect here? Anything that Pisces denotes. Pisces is about imagination, fascination, export-import, private spaces. So the person will try to come in front of you as they are trying to protect your privacy, they are trying to protect your personal belongings, they are trying to protect or give you a personal space. Always remember, there can be other side to it. So what is the main thing to remember if you don't want any cheating, any deceiving, or any losses to happen to you? First precaution, whenever you are going for any private meeting, make sure don't go alone. Make it a point to take one other person whom you trust, who is on your side from your group. Always try to take a meeting which is at a place which is in the middle of the big city. Do not go for outings away from your main city. Do not go for places which are kind of deserted, not that much populated. Always have devices fully charged. Take all the care where you can reach the emergency number. If you are going in Uber using public transport, share your ride with someone you trust. In all the belt of Pisces, travel, transportation, tourism or public transport will be included, or there are places they need to be taken care of, being protected, because there will be a rise about people using these means and using these means to achieve their own desires and their goals. All the communication devices, you will see a trend of changes in them. You will see a change of policies related to communications. Same way, there will be alternatives related to different vehicles or modes of transportation people can use. There will be demonstrations about what type of vehicle one can use, what is the best kind of vehicle one can use. This is going to continue all through Rahu's presence in Pisces. You will always see some news related to some accidents, some mishaps, some disturbances due to weather, because Pisces is a sign of turmoil. It is about two opposite things happening at the same time. What goes out will come in. That is how Pisces is. So try to be on the right side of the law. Try to share things with people, share your profits, and you may take some shortcuts, but make sure you are not deceiving anybody. Because when you deceive somebody, there is always other part that is getting affected. Rahu is an energy which will, if you take the wrong side, more punishment to you. On the other hand, less is more for Rahu. If you use the higher side of Rahu, where Rahu is very intelligent, Rahu has lot of wisdom, Rahu has ability to exactly perform as per all other planets. Rahu can be best father, Rahu can be best husband, depending on the role he chooses. It can be the best partner, can be best friend, if Rahu chooses to do so. Because Rahu and Ketu both affect sun and moon. So it is about your soul and your desires. Once you choose the right side, once you choose, okay, I'm okay with less profits, I'm fine with not deceiving anybody. In fact, results will be more. Another precaution you can always do while Rahu is in Pisces, start donating regularly. It is a great remedy for Rahu in Pisces. Once you start donating, once you start understanding the pain of people who are suffering either due to lack of resources, lack of good health, and lack of having their own close ones with them, Rahu will help you achieve your goals. There is no need to take any illegal means for that. Hope this guideline, this information helps you navigate your life for rest of the year and mid of 2025, irrespective of your ascendant, irrespective of your Rashi and placement of Rahu. Because always remember what is Rahu doing in this sign. This is what Rahu is trying to do. On the other hand, Ketu is pulling you on the other side. They always work in an opposite way. Rahu is trying to give you something ahead of the time or bigger share by wrong means. It's kind of testing you to see if you take the wrong means. And if you don't take those wrong means, Rahu is going to perform well. Rahu rules all the things that are like smoky. They are grey in color kind of. They are oil industry, petroleum industry. It is about all the chemicals. Anything that pollutes the water. That is what Rahu is. So you will notice environmentalists coming with new policies, or somebody trying to take a role of, okay, I'm going to protect the environment, I'm going to make these changes. But they may be somebody who is just trying to pretend that way. If you are really a scientist doing research, you are a surgeon doing any future research, you will get a lot of success. If you are anybody in the profession related to the close spaces where people can get peace of mind, people can get happiness, people can achieve relaxed mode, all these professions are going to increase. Do not take any loopholes, do not take any shortcuts in those methods. At least don't take the illegal ways, because Rahu is anyway going to give you all these things. So why take the wrong side and get into the trap of Rahu and Ketu? Have faith in Ketu and let go. Pisces is about forgiveness. Pisces is about faith. Pisces is about trust in someone. Trust in all the people, relationships and policies. It is about forgiveness. It is about let go. If you can do that, you will have best results. I am also going to link a couple videos that are about Ketu and how to know if your Ketu is good or bad. This is one of the videos. Check that out if you are looking for more information. Thank you. Namaste. Shubhamastu.